Hi, good morning. It's Friday. Today feels like, and I heard this said a few weeks ago, that this particular day, August 21st of 2026, would be a day to chill out. And oh my God, it feels like all the energies of the past few weeks, and it might just be in my life, but I don't think so. I really don't feel that. I feel it all around me. Growing to this point of like, there's a lot swimming. That's the energy vibe that I'm feeling today, is there's a lot swimming, definitely in my own life, but I feel that for a lot of people that I interact with. And today is a day maybe to just let all of that swim. Accept it. Say it's okay. That's like the message it keeps bashing in the head in a gentle way. Is like, just, it's going to swim. It's not even a waiting for it to settle. It's just let it swim and see how we feel today, just being chill. That was the message the other, earlier this month, or maybe it was like a projection about the astral aspects, how August was going to play out. And it's something, a message came through that said August 21st is a chill out day. Just chill out. So whatever that means for you. And so the energy, though, what I'm feeling, and I actually put it on my calendar because I'm like, I think that's important. And I don't put I watch a lot of stuff. I don't put everything on my calendar. So I pay attention when something strikes me. I'm getting all the chills. Yeah. There's something about in the swimming, in whatever's swimming in your orbit, the things that stand out to you, just make a note. Doesn't say you have to act on it. In fact, maybe today's a day of non-action and non-doing. And I hope I can post this message in time so that you will have a chance to do that on Friday. But it could be whatever day. So it could be whatever day you're seeing this, of course. I set that intention right before I started the video, is whoever and whenever this applies. It's not just today. For me, it's today. So that's when I'm creating this message, because I'm like, I heard ya, and I'm committing to following through on that chill out. That's where I settled for today. So whatever's swimming, take note of the synchronistic messages floating in your orbit. Don't necessarily have to act on them, but just tune in to what's around you. And I think that's part of the message of the chill out, is non-action. Being present, just being aware, being so chill in your own presence that you can take in the external chaos energy, all the I don't want to call it chaos. I just want to call it the swimming energies. You can just exist, float in that without it affecting you emotionally. That's what it feels like. Okay, that is what I want to do today. So there was something coming to me about using, I have different decks that have different energies, consistently. And so this one is the Infinite Door. And this feels like the more, how do I say it? The more mystical, metaphysical energies. Maybe like magical, shamanistic, different lifetimes, past lives, generational. It's the stuff that has the longer arc, like soul level arcs of our lives. So we can tap, we can go high, we can go deep. This is like, because it's when things are high, like in the atmosphere or deep in the earth, those energies vibrate I'm getting all the chills. This is what I feel. That these energies are less dense. That's the word. That's coming through again, where they're a little bit farther away from our ability to touch and feel the density of them. And so they have a longer stretch. Those tendrils stretch back and forward in time, even though time doesn't exist. And so I paused because I saw a flash on the screen. I don't know what happened. Hopefully it's still recording. And then deep, they just go far and deep into our past subconscious, like those drivers, those undercurrents of our lives that we can't really consciously tap into, but they are influencing us in ways we may not be able to discern. And so there's longer tendrils, and that's what this deck does consistently. So see, they're going to fly out in all directions. And it is omnidirectional. I love that word. Omnidirectional, because forward and backward are just constructs, because we kind of live in a linear mind, in some sense. Like the more dense we get, the more processed, linear, cause effect, that we can perceive. But this stretches beyond that. So what I want to do is do this, and then we're going to take it down a level to like the zodiac level, which is our star systems. Like it becomes more dense, right? It's still a little mystical, but more dense. And then we'll anchor it down into our emotional body. We'll see what falls out then. But thank you for being here. See, I already feel the swimmingness. And when I was pondering like what today's message, what was coming in, it was like, there's so much that it said, just pull the cards and speak to whatever of the swimming, whatever's in the orbit is coming through. So yeah, thank you for being here. And if you're feeling any amount of this, know you're not alone. It's just very swimmy. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just a lot. Okay, what do we have? Okay. So first off, we have the King of Pentacles. This is about our grounded stability. This is the most like whoosh, grounded, stable, long-term focus kind of energy. So it's what's in well, that makes sense. This is like, in this lifetime, what is our arc? And it's like, I wonder what we're going to ground in there. And then we have the World. This is about some cycles are completing and in order for other ones to open up. And that's probably why it feels so swimming. We have a lot. Oh yeah. There's a lot asking to be closed off. And oh God, that metaphor of closing some doors keeps coming back. We've got to close things out. We're not taking a lot with us right now. So there's something about, we're focusing on our long-term future. For this lifetime, might tap into the prior lifetimes. Like, what are we meant to do in this lifetime? And we've got to close out some of the distractions, close out things that are dissipating or diluting or diffusing, dissolving our energy, all the D words. Close those out and go through the doors where we're being called by the heart. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Something's going to become, this is divine clarity energy. There's like oh my God. So when we close something out, that's the only time that new path or the existing path that was unclear before becomes clear. So that is a big theme with the big energies right now. And then we have the Seven of Cups. This is about choice. Okay, we'll see about that. Because that was coming through, oh my God, this morning. This idea of choice. And a lot of times in our dense reality, we look out, this came through yesterday. You look out to see what choices appear to be available and feeling like, why are we motivated to only consider those? Is it fear that that's the best that's coming? Yeah, I think that energy must still be here with us. So I'm just going to pull those four. There's something about choice, but I like to have a little peek. Page of Pentacles. There's a readiness for, which one are we choosing? Are we ready? It's saying we're going to start going in that direction. Just know that that's the fifth one. But this reading appears to be about the swimmingness and closing things out, almost like reducing the amount of swim, so that things become clear. There's less, okay. King of Pentacles. Let's see from the Zodiac Tarot, what message? We have the Four of Pentacles. This is stability. Oh, wow. There's something about grounding in what we really want. Grounding it in. What's our sense of security, stability? Where do we find that? A message about a turtle came in earlier, and it was like, if this sheds a little ray of hope for you, or like tap into this feeling of your sense of stability, home, belonging, well-being is only ever right here, right now. It's not in the future state. It doesn't have to look like it did in the past. What's your answer to all those questions right here, right now? That's what this is calling for. Wow. So be a turtle. Your home is on your back. Your home is wherever you are. Home is where you hang your hat and your shell. The world. We have the King of Cups. This is our emotional maturity and stability and treating things with equanimity. Oh my God, that's the resonance there. When we're closing out things, the only way we're going to decide, not the only way, the way we decide what to close out or what's asking to be closed out is like those things that don't feel equanimous, right? The things that kind of amp us up. Those are like little flags, like, hey, they're resistance energies, they're triggers, they're all those things that say, pay attention, you're leaving. It's like you got to shake it out, leave it behind. So whatever brings equanimity, whatever brings you into that, whenever you're considering out of this, all that's swimming in your orbit, whatever's asking you for consideration, and I say that because of the Seven of Cups, there must be a lot you're considering right now. Because this, like we talked about with the eclipse, since we're talking Zodiac Tarot, is portal energy. It's like you're about ready to step through a portal. You're kind of already 1 foot in at least. And maybe you're right in the middle of the portal, but like where you're like, so it's like you're detaching from the old. There's a word other than detached though. It's like, I don't know how to say that. It's like you're saying, let me pull up some roots a little bit. Let me prune back so I can grow in a new direction, And so it may not feel like before. We had a big purge reading before. There may have been bigger things in life that needed truly uprooted. Like this tree is going to cost $2,000 to uproot kind of energy. And oh my God, I got to do it now or else it's going to eat through my foundation, my stability, right? I got all the chills on that, probably because I'm in the middle of moving houses and we just had inspections. So anyway, but that's the vibe of it. It's like this, we've already uprooted some big stuff or we're in the process of that. What else do we need to trim some weeds, prune some bushes? What else are we, it's maybe some of the more subtle things. Maybe the things that have had longer tendrils but don't have as tight of a grip. So it's like they still influence us. We're maybe a little more consciously aware of them and we maybe have felt like, it's okay, it's just part of who I am and I'll deal with it. It's not like it's causing me harm or causing others harm. And now you're like, even those things, you're like, no, that's not coming with me. It's time. That felt very true. Okay, for somebody. So the King of Cups is like, pay attention to where you feel the equanimity, because that's where you want more of that and less of the things that are like, ooh, like, whoa, it rocked my boat a little. Those are closing out. Okay, Ace of Swords. What's the clarity have to do with? What's the clarity got to do? Page of Swords. This is like, when you talk about where we find equanimity, and that has to do with stability amongst the swimmingness. So we already talked about where do we find that sense of stability, really feeling into that. What is here right now where I feel, oh my God, I have a roof, I have the ability to do whatever in my life that's important to me. I have some health, that allows me to tap into, whatever feel like, because we know when certain things aren't in place and it's different for each of us in different quantities, where we're taken off course. If I feel a little blip in health, oh my God, does that create big waves? Explore that. Why is that? Is it true? Is it really true? Or are these still stories? Some of these feel like stories because the sword energy is about cutting through the illusion, cutting through the confusion, cutting through the disillusionment, because this whole month has been about we got to bring in more joy. And this is where we're going. Okay, well, let's go. Because Page of Swords is curiosity, the enthusiasm for learning. What's lighting you up emotionally and intellectually? Like, what are you like, oh, never thought of that, Because as we cut through the swimminess, as we tap into more of the equanimity with the King of Cups, that's where the clarity of like, oh, I never saw it that way before. This thing that you're trying to decide, if it's a decision or whatever you're considering, is actually already in your orbit. There just might be something you have to cut through to see it clearly. It's not maybe something that is going, I mean, it may feel like it's coming out of left field, but it's actually already somewhere in your orbit. Okay, let's go with the Seven of Cups. This is where we start to consider what we're really, what's here. So we have the Three of Swords. This is like the wounded heart energy. So is there something that from the past that has felt like a dampening? This is asking us to cut that away. Like whatever, this is what feels like whatever has had you question your stability or felt like the destabilizing force. That's okay. Whatever has ever felt like the destabilizing energy in your life, like maybe it's an old thought pattern that comes in and says, it's some sort of fear. Because it's Three of Swords is usually some sort of like, is it even true anymore? Something that happened in the past or a pattern that's repeated in the past. Is it true now in this moment? It's like, no, cut it away. Something feels like it's like illusion energy that's being asked to. Whoosh. Let's get the Sun and Moon. So now we've considered like the more soul level, like, you know, the high level dimension that we can't perceive. Maybe, yeah, alternate realities, that high level stuff. And then we went into the zodiac, which are all the astral and planetary movement, whatever those influences are. And now we're going to Sun and Moon, which is like really close in our solar system. This is closer in our orbit. That's so funny. That's the theme today. I love it. We're getting like dimensionally and closer in density to like right here, right now. Okay. King of Pentacles this is about our stability. And this is the Six of Cups. It says pleasure on top, which is actually a huge theme right now. Like when we say we're tapping into joy, tapping into positivity, like being so optimistic about what's coming. The Six of Cups is when we consider our rootedness, our groundedness. There's something about the balance of things with old and new. It may not be that, but it's a balance of right now, how much, how do I say this? Like the weight of things, almost like the negativity or the heaviness of things, are we allowing room for? And how much of the lightness, the brightness amount of things. So there's dark and heavy. Let's just classify it as that because that's what's kind of coming through. The dark and heavy parts in our life that kind of keep us in a either cynical or depressed or just like not feeling well. It could be any of that dark, heavy energy. How much room are we allocating in our life for that? And how much room are we allocating for joy and light, bright, happy, optimistic, excited, enthusiastic, curious? Have you ever thought about that before? We have full choice and agency over how much we're allowing. And so something came through this morning about containers. And like the Queen of Cups was coming to mind earlier. Like I did like a brief reading for today. And it was like, it was neat how it went from Empress to Queen of Pentacles to Queen of Cups. Coming down from like the big, what's our capacity for receiving, for holding, for birthing. And then Queen of Pentacles is very grounded. It kind of became more dense and said, what are you willing to nurture? What are you committed to nurturing? There's a choice point there. And then Queen of Cups is through that choice and agency and infusing it with whoosh, that energy of like, I'm committed. I've made a choice. I'm committed to it. It's something I'm led by my heart, because the Queen of Cups is all water, all heart. She has the ability to contain everything. That's her superpower. So what are you willing to let your heart open to? What are you willing to then commit to? There's your agency and choice. What are you willing to hold and carry forward? And is it the dark, heavy stuff? Probably not. If we ask honestly, no, we don't want that. So the Six of Cups is that healing energy from the past. It's bringing in tenderness and vulnerability. It's inner child work. It's all the things wherever you're drawn to, like, speak kindly to yourself. If we don't at least do that, how could we ever tap into joy? We would not believe we deserve it, right? That's kind of logical. So this says pleasure on it. So it's like, where today in your chill out day can you tap into moments of pleasure? What brings you pleasure? What brings you sensory pleasure? Like, would you like to look at beauty? Do you like to hear beautiful sounds? Do you like to taste beautiful things? Smell nature? You know, what is that? Sensory pleasure. Because that's the dense world we live in, like our senses. Okay, the World and King of Cups. What are we closing out and moving toward what feels equanimous and knowing what doesn't? We have the Queen. Here's our Queen of Cups. We spoke it into existence. The Queen of Cups is right here under the King of Cups. Oh my God, they're both together. The divine masculine emotion body and the divine feminine emotion body. Like, the King of Cups has all that confidence, and like, it's like the confidence of like whoosh, and being like that the vulnerable confidence, confidently vulnerable. You know what I'm going for. And the Queen of Cups is like, she's confident in that way that says, I don't have to anything to prove, and I'm going to hold everything. I can hold everything, and it's not out of like, I got this. I'm still not right. It's like, she's so emotionally and nervous system regulated that that's why her container is so big. She's done her work to expand her capacity to hold everything. That was a big chill. When you expand your capacity, that's what you're doing through, oh my God, it took this long to get to the words that are the most poignant or important for this message. As you close things out, your true capacity is now more free, right? If you've been like maybe your capacity is this big, right? To hold big things. But what all's in there? Is it too full right now? Is it just too full? It's time to declutter. You know, it's like, what are we closing out? And then it's like, oh my God, now that it's just more spacious in here, I can allow all kinds of other things in, other possibilities. Okay, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords. We've got the Star. This is hope and healing. This is renewal energy. So as we clear, oh yeah, the word renewal is important. And that came up earlier when I envisioned the Star card, and the word renewal came. It's like hope and healing is a lot of it. And this like reciprocal nature, and that's where the renewal comes in, is like the way we heal something, and it allows for something new to take root, to birth, to grow. And it's so positive and optimistic. It's like the ultimate wish fulfillment card. So as you close something out and you gear toward what's now clear and what you're enthusiastic about following, it's your wish. You're following your wish, and it's going to be fulfilled. Okay, the Seven of Cups and Three of Swords. We have the Ten of Wands. This came through earlier too in the final stages, which I thought was really interesting. It's like something about maybe that's it. All the weight, like heavy, dark, like when we talk about the weight and darkness of things versus the light and brightness, this is you fully dropping that Three of Swords, whatever was still hanging on, even big stuff. But if you're still at the little subtle realm of things where you're like, yeah, I could deal with that, but I don't wanna. This is you finally like dropping it. There's no turning back. We've been saying that for this whole month, haven't we? There's just no turn back right now. It's like, oh yeah, Nine of Wands, Four of Wands. This is like, there's no more doing it like it's got to be hard. This is like committing to the happiness. Okay, so there's no, like, that seems important for someone. Like when you look out at all, there's the Star again and the Chariot. You're going after it. When you think about all of the options available to you, Are you going to pick the ones that seem hard because you have some hidden belief that says, oh, I got to work hard, I got to prove, I got to, it's got to be hard to be worth it? Those days are over. And it's like, we can take those days forward, but there's an opportunity window right now that says, here's your window of opportunity to switch that mindset, step through the portal to like, oh my God, things can be easy. I don't have to make them hard. I have the choice in whether things are hard or easy. I'm not the victim mindset anymore that says things happen to me and they're always hard, or I have to prove myself, or, that you don't have to take that forward. Okay, that was for somebody. Let's go ahead and there's the 5 of Cups. So we went from the 6 of Cups to the 5 of Cups. So as you go through that healing where you're considering how to step into King and Queen of Cups, that confident vulnerability, that sort of thing where I can hold more. This is like the 5s are transition. So you're turning away from like loss mindset, lack, depletion energy into growing what you want to keep in your life. So it's like you already have some amount of happiness, comfortability, good things. How do you want to grow that going forward? So you're transitioning through that exploration of like, what is my sense of stability and groundedness, sense of home and well-being and family? What are those things that really matter to you? And how are you going to just stop the negative Nelly, negative Nancy, wherever you're from, whatever it is. How are you going to step out of that and into like, yes, let's grow what I really want? Okay. Let's go to the World, closing out and holding more. There's the 7 of Wands. This is, to me, this card, no wonder it came up, because a lot of times I feel like, which way is it going? Are we trying to close out, block out what we don't want? Or are we trying to, in this stance, protect what we have so that we can not let the outside influences deter me from what I want to grow in my bubble? This is about you creating your container. What's in your container? Light, like dark heavy, or light bright? Light bright. Okay. Ace of Swords, Page of Swords, the Star. The 2 of Cups. This is coming into connection and alignment with your heart's desires. Could be another person that's going to help you along your path. You can take that as it resonates. There's what you have, the Ace of Swords, Page of Swords. You're going after what has become clear and enthusiastic for you. The Star is, what do you wish for? It's like renewal energy. What helps you feel renewed? And then in connection with your heart and your higher ideals. And then let's go for the 7 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 10 of Wands. What are we dropping? And this is the 4 of Swords. This is your inner wisdom knows. And this is a self-care moment. So as we have the Star again on the bottom. Hi, I see you. You keep coming around. What I'm going to do is take a drink because I'm having a hot flash. And then we're going to take a piece of advice as we wrap this up from each column. The Chariot just came through again. We're off and running in this portal energy after the chill out day. So whatever day your chill out day falls on, where you feel like things are swimming and it's time to not make a choice, but to consider everything we've talked about, your container. What are you blocking out from following you, and what are you containing to grow forward? That's kind of that's been the gist today with the chill out day. There's the World card at the heart of it. Some cycles are closing so that others can open. Let's get advice for each column. 5 of Pentacles goes right along with 5 of Cups. Lack and depletion mindset and all of that, gone. In favor of the 4 of Wands. We're going toward this is the card of commitment. So what are we committing to? And the 2 of Cups again. It truly is commitment energy. As you take your first steps towards considering your source of rootedness, groundedness, what matters to you, where you find your own stability, where you're going to think about, okay, well then what of that do I want to commit to for the long run or for whatever run? What do I want? It's really just, what do I want to commit to? having to grow in my life. I want to see more of. Okay, then we have the Ace of Swords again, right on the advice going into Ace of Swords. So here we go. Ace of Swords, we got the Five of Cups again, and the Ten of Pentacles. So we're coming out of like this, considering what we want for the long run. And here it is. This truly is exactly what we said. I probably don't have to rephrase it exactly the same way, but there's some spark of clarity right on the horizon when you consider what we just talked about, what you're committing to growing. That spark is the turning point out of, I'm no longer focused on what I don't have or the fear of what I might lose. There's something about the fear of what I might lose. You know what it reminds me of right in this moment is that reading we had, if you looked at it, and unfortunately I don't know the title, and I know that I won't post a link to it because I don't go back to these things. They're done. There's the energy of like what oh my God. Maybe that was the point. There was a reading about a turning point. Okay, well, sorry for the buildup, folks. I trust when things are lost, either they'll come back or they won't. But there was something, oh God, it had to do with, oh my God, never mind. Because with the World card, this is the turning point out of the loss. Maybe it had to do with the fear. Oh, yeah, it had to do with the fear of what, oh, here it is. Let me say it. The fear of loss, meaning the sunk cost. Like, I've already invested so much. Oh my God, why was that so hard? Like, do you still have a fear that is even true anymore? Because it's like the sunk cost fallacy in business and in life. Like, oh, I've invested so much, I gotta keep committing to this thing. No, what is that? Maybe it's true for you. Do you still want to commit to that? Go for it. But are you doing it out of fear? Okay, oh my God. Let's go forward. Next piece of advice. We have the Wheel of Fortune. That star with the Wheel of Fortune is like the ultimate, like, harness the time of this time, your wish fulfillment. It's like, this is the wheel of luck is in your favor, if you want to speak about it that way. What are you committed to growing? Because this is expansion energy. This is where it will expand. Whatever you focus on growing, it's going to expand like tenfold. That's the portal. Oh, I'm getting all the chills. This is the portal energy. You step through it and it's like everything. When I say harness, that's what I mean. It's you put in an ounce of effort and get the bigger returns. It's like exponential energy. And then we have the Knight of Cups. This is you taking action, pouring into what are you growing? It's like watering what you're growing, because it's going to be like Jack and the Beanstalk. All right, last piece of advice. We have the Ten of Cups. I like it. That's our ultimate wish fulfillment, like emotional fulfillment, happiness in this lifetime. We have the Four of Swords, clarifying the Four of Swords. This is like confirmation. On your chill out day, you're not looking outside at the options right now. You're going inside to dream big. The options available to you showing up, let's see if this is relevant. Yeah, the Sun is only what the seeds you've planted prior to now have produced up until this moment, right? That's just how it works. The Sun is like when you go inward, you're focusing on the Ten of Cups and the Sun. What's my ultimate happiness that I can even dream up right now based on my inner knowing, my inner belief, my inner desire and inner wisdom, my intuition, my gut feelings, all of those things infused with complete optimism. The chill out day is about the Sun. What am I growing that I still want to commit to? And then the Seven of Cups right here at the top of this last column is daydream, dream bigger. take forward to grow what you still want to commit to, and then dream, 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 dream. Break off and that's why this chill out day is so important. Wherever it falls for you, or you're feeling like there's too much to consider, that's a sign. Don't consider it. The universe wouldn't say, we're going to like sprinkle all these things just to like stir shit up. It's like, it might feel like a test, and it's like, disengage. That was the word. Like that detach. There's that disengage energy. I'm disengaging and engaging. Okay, we're going to end there. That might even be the title of this. Thank you for being here and putting up with like that big blip in the middle. Ignore the sunk cost fallacy. It's a fallacy for a reason. You're not in too deep. You're never in too deep. Okay. Have a wonderful Friday. Thank you again for being here. I really appreciate you and supporting the messages that are coming through. So, bye.